Okay. All right. Got my new setup. Lost a couple games since I came back, but all right, here we go. We're gonna think out loud. Hopefully, this setup looks a little better than it did before. All right, so I'm white, playing the Queen's Gambits. I might start switching up an opening just to keep it a little more interesting because I'm getting a little bored. Maybe some E4 stuff. Um, okay. I think this is the main line of the Queen's Gambit decline, but I'm not positive. I'm gonna go with F4. I tend to go G5 because when they move their knight to E4, I forget like a more bigger step. See, I kind of like trading off that bishop, but I typically trade off for a knight, which I feel like is a little bit inaccurate. So I'm very glad that worked out. All right, so my idea with the Queen's Gambit is I'm really trying to control. I think it's either it's like these two E squares. I kind of forget. I know I want to eventually push. I think it's E4 because I eventually want to push E4. And I'm also trying to kind of attack on the queen side here and like gain a pawn or something advantage. The Queen's Gambit, and I think typically most. I'm just gonna take back here. It's currently my only move. I assume he's gonna do D5, in which case I'll probably throw a check. Um, the D4 openings are a little bit more passive, I think, from what I've heard. And so I could just immediately go E4 here, and I think I will because you know what? So okay, I'm thinking if I go E4, then he goes E5 or whatever E5, then I take, he takes, and then it's losing for me. So I'm just gonna develop regularly with F3, and if he goes here, I think I'm interesting. So he's getting ready to fiend Keto his bishop, which means like having kind of protected by these pawns here. Um, so may I go E4 now and provoke? I could also okay. I'm thinking about driving my bishop back to D3, and then making this push after putting my queen here. And then if he like pushes, then I can just lock. Yeah, okay. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But first, I'm just gonna castle. Yeah, I'm gonna castle. Then if he immediately moves his bishop here, I'm going to move my bishop. I'm gonna move my bishop to D3, getting ready for this E4 push. And I'll probably support my rook instead of my queen. And I can also kind of get my queen on C2 and kind of line up an attack on this H7 square. So right now I'm kind of looking at his weaknesses. So he hasn't moved this yet, but he's probably going to come in here in the next couple moves. This pawn's somewhat weak, but he can always push it. Okay, so I can just do it now. And I think I'm going to because there's that this is protected still. So if he pushes here, I can just and the idea behind this push is that either he locks himself out or I kind of lock him up if he pushes here, meaning that this bishop is almost worthless. For me, when I see like a bishop kind of aimed at my king side, if I can't kind of try to neutralize that bishop, and I am neutralizing my own bishop through this move, and like something like that is kind of not ideal. But so right now he's putting pressure on this, right? I can take back my queen, but then he only has one attack or two attackers here. So I think I'm just gonna develop kind of normally, I might as well just kick this knight out, right? If I kick the knight out, say I kick the knight out, the knight takes the bishop, D3. I have two defenders on this square, and he only has two attackers. So yeah, I think I'm just kick the knight out, and it's gonna be two knights to a bishop and knight, which means I want more of a closed game. Bishops are better in an open game, because they can see more squares, whereas knights can maneuver a little bit better, so they're better in a closed game. So I'm hoping like when he pushes one of these pawns, unless I see kind of a tactic, I'm probably going to push the opposite pawn to kind of lock in that position. And I also, when you have two knights, you want to get them on outpost squares, which means you want them in your opponent's position and you want them defended by a pawn. And ideally, in a place where where your opponent can't push a pawn and immediately kick it out. And right now, there's nothing available. But this pawn was on A5, this pawn was on A4. This would be an outpost square. Okay, he moves his queen forward, so now he's kind of controlling this. Imagining he kind of okay. I'm imagining. I don't really see the main purpose of that move, and maybe I'm missing something. But I think I'm just gonna regularly develop my rooks and just get everything in the game. Because I don't see a massive threat. Because if he comes here, if he moves his queen here, then I can just move my rook. I'm very bad at the little. Yeah, I can move my rook here, and then we're good. Okay, so I'm surprised he moved this and not this, which tells me he's probably looking for like maybe a queenside pawn push, but I don't think that's super effective for him. So I'm going to just develop. I might move h3 pretty soon, not because I'm scared of any of this knight coming in, but because I like just when there's not much going on in the game, which right now there's really not much going on in the game. It's kind of boring. Just making sure that I can't get back rank mated by the rook. I learned that at around 1200 when I consistently got back rank mated or had trouble with moving pieces because of that threat. So I mean, I imagine his next move is to push one of these pawns or just kind of do a simple move like I was talking about with an h3, just because he isn't. I mean, I think he definitely should have moved this rook here because you want to get both your rooks active, and this rook on a8 is super passive. Unfortunately, I don't really have any attacking ideas right now. I can't. This knight is kind of locked in place on c3, just because. Like if I advance it somewhere, then he can take my rook. I take his rook, and now he has a 2-on-1 on my queen. 2-on-1 with my queen, right here. I'm thinking about if he just does some random move. I'm thinking about e5, in which case I obviously open up his bishop, but he's forced to move this knight. So maybe I go h3. Okay, so now he's just kind of trying to push. See, the thing is, I'm not worried about this push, because I'm immediately just going to lock the position. So maybe he's thinking, okay, I'm going to bring my rook back and bring my rook here, which I guess makes more sense. But I think I'm going to go h3 here. It's probably not the best move, but it's not a bad move. And I'm considering, so if I go, now I'm thinking about if I go e5, let's say he takes, I mean, I expect him to take there because, like I said, like locking position is better for me, worse for him. Okay, see, like that's awesome because now, okay. I'm probably gonna lock this position regardless. Right, but if he immediately just jumps in here, I can't take because this is a fork. But I could drop my knight back. Okay. We're gonna go here. Imagine he goes here. I'm going to drop my knight back because I don't see any threats. Like right here, I can take my rook, open up this file, and if not, I want a pawn. So I'm liking the look of that. But I mean, I imagine he's going to take one of mine. He's probably going to take this one. I'm not positive, but I'm not mad at a bishop knight endgame here, given that the center is somewhat locked. I could also, now that I have this kind of locked off Kingside, I'm thinking about kind of some attacks with pawn pushes here, since his bishop's locked and not useful at all. Maybe like getting my rook over. I might get my rook over, which is probably pretty aggressive, but it's more fun to play aggressively in my. I was just trying to get his bishop a little more active. I really do like this idea of getting some kingside play. I'm going to first just like lock this down. And then I can also push here if he moves his queen or something. Because, I mean, if he pushes here, then I could have just taken, I don't know. I'm looking to get my, I'm looking to get both my rooks involved, or at least my one rook involved on this attack here. Kind of seeing what happens from there. And also, like, it'd be a rook and queen on this side both. I have no reason to defend that, and he's only attacking that pawn once. So I like this move. He can't bring his queen in. I mean, I guess he can bring it here, but it's not doing much. And here, I kind of have it defended by this knight. Um, so I do like this a lot right now for me. But I'm often wrong on that. Okay, so he's attempting to make this push, in which case I take, and he can just take and whatever. So I think I'm going to continue with my plan. If he moves here, I'm thinking I bring my queen in and then pushing this pawn. This is definitely a little bit risky, but the game was looking a little bit like drawish, and I kind of wanted some action, so it works out. I could also like reroute. No. I think I'm going to keep. Oh, the problem is I can't really get in well with my queen because I was thinking about my plan was to go here with my queen, then come in here. But if I go here, then he can just take my knight for free. So I need to figure out a smarter way to. Okay, I'm gonna just start pushing this pawn. I think, I'm thinking right now how he's gonna try to defend this. I mean, either he's gonna try to push on this side and not defend it, which honestly I think is probably best because I think after I go here, he can kind of bring his queen. Okay, that's kind of what I was hoping he would do, because his queen can't go here. It can come here, but I think I'm just gonna defend like this. Because if I defend like this and he takes that pawn, then I just take with check, and I just win his queen. I think he's probably gonna see that, but you never know, and that'd be awesome if he didn't. Okay, so now my plan is, if he just does some random move, is to push this pawn. If he can't take, so he either pushes this, which is bad, I just take with check, or he, I didn't think about that. Okay, but if I come here, apologize for my allergies. Okay, my plan is to come here, and then put my queen here so I can take this pawn for free. And then can I continue with my attack? Also, if he does like a push like this, he's probably gonna see that, but I can either take here, which isn't as good, or I can just take here immediately, which is great. Okay, so now he's kind of getting rid of my chances to go here and here, but I think. Okay, so now I'm considering. Okay, what if I come here, and then if he takes, take back here, or just bring my queen. Okay. If I were him, if I move here, I'd bring my rook in which I take and he can't take back. I like that. Or he takes here. Okay, I like it. I probably should have spent a little longer looking at that, given that I have 4 minutes to his 2:45. But okay. Now he moves here, not an issue, because I kind of like if he doesn't take here, yeah, I think he had to take there. So now my two options are to, I could push again. All right. So initially I was thinking I would take back here, but it's a little bit slow and gives it time to get a little bit of rook play in. I can move my queen here, which again, slow. But if I push my pawn, what is he going to do? If he takes, I immediately come in here. If he doesn't take, I take with check and come in there anyway. I like it a lot. And I'm sure, some of these moves have been mistakes. I've probably had more effective ways of converting situations or starting my attack. But the idea of this is kind of to show you how at every move I'm trying to think of my plan, how they're going to respond, which is super. See, now I take with check because he can't take with his king. Can you move out of the way? Yes. So I'm going to have to go here. Okay. So now that's my idea. I saw that, but I didn't think of it but I think it's better than it was when I saw it. So right now, if I take here, He's probably going to move his king here, in which case I take again. And he'd have to move his king again, either here or here. And then I kind of lose. And I kind of lose my attacking chances. I mean, I'm in a great position regardless, but my king's available or you know what I mean, not available. But okay. But if I go here, his king probably moves here. I probably move here. His king have to move again. Let's say his king moves here. Well, now I get a pawn. Okay, I like that. And if he takes, I think it's just mate, so he can't take. I think his only move. Oh, I guess he could go here. I didn't see that. I think I have the same idea, just not as quick. And my idea again is just to try to get my rook. I want to get my rook here, or like king, rook. You know, I don't really know. Okay, that's what I thought he was gonna do. Which my plan was. Oh, I can't go there. Fuck, that sucks. Sorry, my bad. Because if I go here, his rook just takes. Okay, now I'm thinking about going. Oh my god! I just win his king. I win his. Oh, I didn't even see that, but this is a tactic where I just win his queen. I think. Let's think about this. If he goes here, he goes here. Okay, I don't win his queen, but I go bang. He has to take back, and then I go back here. All right. If he takes my rook, I win his queen. But he's gonna see that yeah. But now we're gonna be up a pawn with a pass pawn, which I like a lot. And I mean, at any point I can take this. Give my king. I think now my plan is to go here. Here. Oh, but then you just take my. Yeah. See, okay, I have to go here. It's a little bit annoying, but now I can go here. So I think I'll go here and then come back with this, and now I have a pawn. Now I have a rook behind my pawn. So okay, I don't know if I executed that correctly. I probably didn't. But I think I'm still winning. I have a little more time than him, so not a ton. So I might talk a little bit slower, but okay, whatever. I don't see anything there. Immediately, I'm going here. And now I'm ready to take. Oh, I think he could have gone there. Okay. I do wish I could stack my rooks, and I really can't. Or maybe I can go here. Ooh, I didn't see that. Okay, I'm planning on stacking my rooks here. I probably should get my king involved. Maybe I go right where my king here. Oh, I forgot about that. Shoot. That's really unfortunate. I completely forgot about that. All right. Well, I think I'm still keeping the same strategy of running my king, getting into a good position. I can't really move my. I'm just. Oh wait, that's not a good move. I get one of his pieces. I think. He can't protect both. See, this is why I'm not good at blitz. I can't think that quickly. But I think we're gonna win on time here. I'm gonna go through the review and just see. That's a good move, but he still loses a piece. Okay, now I'm gonna go. I'm terrible at blitz. I just take that. No, I'm. Oh my gosh. Well, that was just terrible by both of us. Okay. Well, I'm just going on time here. It's kind of unfortunate. I kind of hate winning on time. Oh. Oh, I could have drawn that if he got to take my pawn. Okay. We're going to go through that game. Hopefully you can still see my screen. Let me just double check. You can see that. Yeah. Great. All right, so we see it actually was pretty even. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that was just time. I had 40 seconds left. I should not have been playing that fast. But, yeah. Okay. So, oh yeah, I like to go, not game review analysis. Okay. These are all pretty standard. Likes me taking that. So it doesn't like this move because it thinks that taking is stronger. Right, double his pawns. Yeah. Yeah, so this is smart. I probably should have just doubled his pawns here. Yeah, that would have been much better. But my level doesn't matter that much. All pretty standard game. I mean, that eval not changing much. It liked my move. There. So it wants me RE3 first. I kind of like this pawn push to just lock my F pawn in place, but I guess I could have done that later. So this is a mistake. So it wants me to immediately go H5. What was my idea here? I don't remember. Oh, was the little queen trap that if he took, I thought, yeah. Well, now it wants me to go B4. Oh, and just stopping that push? Yeah. Yeah, okay. But, I mean, I was kind of more focused on this side. And neither of these are terrible misses. It really liked my G4, which is fun because H4 is great. Unfortunately, it didn't go anywhere. But, okay, so let's see kind of where I mess this up. It likes F5 here. Oh, no. Yeah, it likes F5 here because he has to take here. But what can I do there? And then it wants me to XG6. But isn't this the same idea? Don't I have to... Oh, and then I get... Is this why it's so much better? Okay, so I mean that was above my level. But oh, it really hates the take here. I didn't even see another option. F6. Oh, that's dirty. Just blocking it. Yeah. Had I seen that, I think I didn't even consider that. So I guess this is kind of where I drew the game. I mean, I'm still winning. Why is RD2 bad? RA1. Oh, because he has to, because I win the bishop or the pawn. Yeah. All right, so there's obviously a lot of missed opportunities here. Yeah, this was a bad move. RD2. Right. I can kind of fork that. I mean, he can. What is the best move here? H7. What do you mean RH? How is that the best move? Oh, because I can't even get the okay. I'm surprised that this is pretty much drawn. I actually only have 2 pawns left to his 4, and a knight's not super effective in this position. All right, well, that's going to be the end of my analysis. Luckily won, even though it was mostly just on time. But, yeah.